All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to another MLB The Show 26 stream here on Twitch. I'm NextJGGen24, and today I'm gonna be continuing on with my grind of the Weekend Classic. If you guys don't know from yesterday, I jumped into Weekend Classic for the first time for two reasons. One, I was hoping to have a shot at Johan Santana. The other reason was because I need to make some progress in the multiplayer program, and I actually did. I was at 25,000 stars for the program, and now I'm at 55,000. I think a lot of that had to do with the third and final game that I played. That one I had like 10 runs in that, so that was very helpful. But I'm running out of time here. I've only got 2 days, today and tomorrow, to make as much progress as I can in this program. My hope is that I could get really close to Paul Skeens and then just reset for the next multiplayer program. Hopefully with some event programs to help me out, because I'd rather grind those than the Weekend Classic, since it's pretty sweaty. Everyone has their best lineups in, and I literally have been gone for a month. So, I'm trying to play catch up here. But we'll see how this goes. I mean, it is what it is. The only way this is going to get done is if I try. If I don't try, then this is not going to get finished. Plain and simple. So, although those strikeouts might be my best bet, that'll at least get me 20,000, which will guarantee me Shea Langolier, but I have to throw a lot of strikeouts. That's the thing. So, we'll go ahead and play a game. Hop right in. Don't even waste time. I've got 2 wins in this so far. Maybe I could be lucky. Maybe I can get 3 or 4 wins. I'd be really lucky if I get the remaining. If I get to 5 wins, that way I could get Weekend Classic Rewind and then, just be able to pick whichever one I want. But I think it's more likely. That I get maybe 1 more win. So I'll just do my best and we'll see what happens. Welcome to Lockout 2027. Yeah, I called it yesterday. I'm like, there's no way if the Dodgers get Skubal. Well, here's the thing. We knew they were going to try and trade for him. We knew that was going to happen. I think that it's an insanely low price that the Tigers gave up Skubal for. All right, I think the Dodgers fleeced the Tigers in that one. But I think there's going to be a lockout if the Dodgers sign Skubal to a long-term deal. If they do that, then yeah, there is absolutely a lockout. I mean, the Dodgers have been trading and acquiring talent over the course of several years, ever since their run to the World Series started. So, not done yet. You need bullpen help, and the Mets definitely have a lot of bullpen arms. I said the Dodgers should reach out to the Mets. I mean, Huascar Brazaban was already, it seemed like he was already saying goodbye to everyone. So, forget it. If you get Paul Skeens, that's it. If you get Paul Skeens, I don't even care if you sign one or both of those guys. There's a lockout happening if that happens. I mean, you might as well, the teams might as well just be like, why even compete? Other than we want to boost our stats. the Dodgers are just going to win the World Series again. Well, the Dodgers are going to be the guys that determine that. Maybe they'd be interested in Kodai Senga. Maybe they can do something that the Mets couldn't do. Take that guy off our books. I don't think he would be a bad bullpen piece if you need him for like the playoffs or anything like that. So I would not. Maybe you go after Senga. I'm not shocked. I mean, I thought maybe someone would actually step up and try to take Skubal away from the Dodgers, but I figured that it was going to end up with the Dodgers. I'm just shocked at the price that it took to get him. Because like I was telling Dodger Hoopin, I that seemed insanely low to me. Like I thought for sure Joshua De Paula, I thought De Paula was going to be part of it. Exactly. I figured Skubal would at least command De Paula. But maybe the injury was knocked the price down a bit. Although now with the Tigers, I mean, they're back to where they were. And I think that's a shame. Ouch. All right, we're going to have to hold. Emmett? I don't know. I really thought it was going to take DePaula to get Skubal, but I guess not. What about Freddie Peralta going to the Tampa Bay Rays? How about that? Yeah, I absolutely agree. They should have gotten way more. What a double play. That's why I'm saying I'm surprised. Unless Skubal pressured the Tigers to take the trade, you know, because I know he said he wanted it. LA was one of his top destinations, at least not in the trade market, but the free agency market. Wow. You know what? It's not the worst thing in the world to walk Juan Soto. Although going up against Aaron Judge is not exactly a good trade-off, especially with a lefty. Strike three, sit down. What up, gamer? How are ya? And honestly, I thought the Mets would get more for Peralta. I know he's having a down year, but I mean, maybe you could have pitched that as, oh, the Mets, maybe he just didn't fit in the Mets organization. Maybe he wasn't comfortable with the pitching staff and everything. Albert Pujols with the home run. I don't think it's totally crazy. I mean, Florida, no state income tax. You know, plus, I think, isn't Tropicana Field more of a pitcher's ballpark? They probably will. And the Mets will look at themselves and say, what happened? Well, what happened was you brought him in, and then you let a manager choose his pitching staff, even though or his pitching coach and everything. You let him choose his staff, and then you fired him in May or June. And now all these guys are completely rattled because there's no real manager and you're 17 games out of the division. Yeah, that's the other thing too. The Rays are in first place, so at least, he has a shot at making the playoffs, so I'm sure he's happy about that. But then again, you got to be careful with making trades because the Angels tried to make big trades in 2023 as a hope to kind of get Shohei Ohtani to the playoffs and convince him to stay. And that fell apart. That completely fell apart. Mets 2022 trade deadline was also a disaster. Darren Ruff, what a disaster. Tyler Naquin. Terrible. Shane McClanahan is a terrible pitcher. I mean, when he's healthy, he's actually a pretty solid pitcher. Yeah, Drew Rasmussen isn't that bad of a pitcher either. It's actually a pretty solid rotation. I mean, is it going to contend against the Dodgers? No. But Brian Baker in the bullpen. I mean, I've been waiting for the Rays to fall off, and the fact that they haven't is pretty crazy to me. Still, there's plenty of time. Trade deadline as a way of changing teams. And suddenly now we know who the teams that want to be contenders are, and we know which ones are cellar dwellers. I mean, I really think a lockout is happening next year. So unless somehow the owners change their mind, but I really don't think. I don't think a season is going to happen next year. So I think you're 15 in a row. 1 and 2. Hey, sometimes that's what you got to do. Well, I mean, look, that's just the way it is in baseball. Players, owners, they got to agree. And if they don't agree, lockout. The NFL went through it. NBA's gone through it. The NHL has done it. No sports league is immune to lockouts. I mean, famously, the rest of the 1995 season and the first half of the 96 season was canceled because of a lockout. I mean, look, you guys acquired Jack Flaherty in 2024, and he was huge for the Dodgers' first World Series in 2024. And then they let him go back to Detroit, and he hasn't been at the same level since. Ah. Hunter Green. I don't think the Reds are going to trade Hunter. I feel like that's a guy that they should not give up on. I've heard Spencer Steer's name come up in trade talks, but can catch up to that. What, they're not keeping him as a starter? Why would they not keep him as a starter? I don't understand that. Is it because he doesn't have the stamina to go to be one? I don't understand. You're having fun with Max Clark? I'm glad you are because I wasn't. I had to take him out. He was not cutting it for me. Oh, well then it sounds like that Hunter Green is not probably won't go to or won't well it's not Hunter Green's choice though whether he goes or not. That's up to the Reds. Ooh, I hung that slider and I know I did. I want the strikeout, but I need to get out of this inning. Luis Arise? Why? Who's at second for you guys? Tommy Edman? You guys are going to remove Tommy Edman, or you're going to, or is there, who's your DH? Plus, I don't think the Giants want to trade in division. It's kind of like with the Mets don't want to trade to the Phillies or the Braves or anything like that. Oh, right. Otani is the DH. I mean, it sounds like you just want whoever's on the trade deadline. I really think the Dodgers need to be practical. And, like, I know I'm saying this as a Mets fan, but I'm really being objective here. I think it would be really practical for the Dodgers to go get Kodai Senga. Yes, I want him off the Mets books, but at the same time, like Senga, I think would help in the bullpen for long term bullpen for the Dodgers. Listen. All you need is a couple innings out of him. He could do a couple innings. I just don't think he can do more than that. And you don't need a long reliever to do that. Yeah, but how many of those were starts, including his last loss? I'm just saying he wouldn't be a bad bullpen arm to have. A long reliever that, if you get into a bit of trouble, you can throw him in for a couple innings and then you could get really deep into your bullpen if you need to. He's all right for a couple innings. And I think that's all the Dodgers really need. Is okay for a couple innings if they're struggling if their starting pitcher struggles. That's all I'm saying. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I think they definitely need some bullpen help. So if I'm the Dodgers, I would definitely reach out to the Mets. Yes. And Met fans have come to accept that they are rebuilding. Okay, if you don't want Senga, I mean, then go get some other bullpen arms. But at least Senga can give you a couple innings. Plus, maybe being closer to his home to Japan might actually be good for him, might rejuvenate him. Josh Hader. Let's see, you guys have Tanner Scott, Alex Vesia, right? So you want a third lefty reliever? Yeah, but you can't always rely on Roki. Sometimes you need another bullpen arm. Another long reliever. Why not? You could have back-to-back bad games. That happens. Or you could have a couple bad games in Michael was back or not so weird facing him. So his rights. Now that we have some people go to the bullpen. Okay, all right. I just think it wouldn't hurt to bolster it even more. I mean, 2024 Dodgers played multiple bullpen games in their playoff run. We'll just have to see what happens. I'm just so glad that the Mets don't have to face the Dodgers anymore this season. Not like the Mets would actually put up much of a fight, because they would absolutely crush the Mets. Honestly, the Mets might have just gotten away with. Actually, didn't they get? Oh no, the Mets took the last game. So I think it was what 6-1 series for the Dodgers for the Dodgers Mets series. No, no, he didn't. Thank you. Let's go, Aaron Judge with the RBI single. And then Pujols, who has been the MVP of this game, probably been the MVP of the entire weekend classic for me. That's my guy there. That's why I've been so excited to. That's why I was so excited to get him, because I knew he was going to be good for me. Everyone else, though. But hey, 3 runs ain't too bad. Yes, he did. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it's clear. Strike 3, sit down. I mean, there's definitely going to be a new threads new threads for this trade deadline, just like there was for last year. So we're going to see Peralta in a Rays uniform, AJ Minter maybe in a definitely Scooble in a Dodgers uniform. He's probably going to be the collection reward. Strike 3, sit down. So be ready for all that, because it's a coming. I have a feeling. May even be this Friday because the trade deadline is on Tuesday, right? It's either tomorrow or Tuesday. Oh, tomorrow. Oh. Oh, okay. Because clearly I didn't look at the schedule before I came on stream. Oh, that's gonna get caught, isn't it? Me. That was so well hit, and yet it was caught. I don't understand that. Just bad luck, I guess. And the funny part is, we're not even at the trade deadline. We're less than. We're just over 24 hours away from it. So there's still plenty of trades that could happen. Of course, his song OMG was the rallying cry for the Mets in 2024. Strike three, sit down. He was huge for them. And his song OMG was just everything that you would hope. I mean, I'm not really into Latin music. I like a couple songs, but that song made me like Latin music. So actually, right now he's a narrator for a Broadway play. So no, they can't. I mean, I think they don't want to out of respect for Jose. Maybe if he were brought back on like the coaching staff, then maybe. But I don't think they're gonna bring OMG back. I mean, it was magical for 2024, and that's about as good as it gets. Strike three, sit out. Kind of like Grimace, you know? Okay, all right. I have respect. thought for sure he would go for it. There we go. Strike 3, sit down. 10 strikeouts, I think that is for Robleski. Ah, really? Let's go. Base hit for Corbin Carroll. Well, not really, actually. It's an error. That's too bad. But at least he's on base. Oh, sure. That's the one that... No! Come on, that's the one thing I didn't want to happen. A ground rule double. Couldn't it have just hit the fence and been done with it? That could have been a nice RBI double for Troy Tulowitzki. I mean, at least I got the run in, but still. Strike 3. Oh well, Pujols couldn't be good forever. All right, so maybe I can squeeze one more inning out of Robleski here. Strike 3, sit down. 11 strikeouts. I think strikeouts are my move here, for making progress in the program. Oh, man, I hung that 12-6 curve, and I am lucky that that wasn't hit a long way. That might have actually almost been the end for Robleski. Nope. Nope. I've got progress in the multiplayer program I need to make. Strike 3, sit down. Nope. So my focus is going to be on the multiplayer program and seeing if I can make more progress in the weekend classic. Maybe pick up one more win or two, end it on a good note. What do you mean? I'd have to win every single game that I play today. If I don't, then no shot at the rewind pack. Yep. Oof. Well, I think that would have been a strike anyway. Doesn't matter. Let's see. I really don't want to push it too much with Robleski here, so yeah, let me throw in Okert. But Robleski definitely earned a spot in my rotation with how he pitched in this game, so I'm pretty happy with that. Jamison Teon and Cash. Toronto will send the player to. Maybe they should have been going after Kodai Senga. Still trying to push it. Hey, we'll take 3 prospects. One of the prospects we got from the Minnesota Twins for AJ Minter is the son of a former Mets fan favorite. So I don't think anyone's complaining too much about that. Unless he doesn't work out. There's always the chance he doesn't work out. So we'll take prospects. Although we'd like more guys who are on the cusp of getting close to the major leagues. We'd like more of those guys. But I don't think we're gonna get that. There you go. Found some sucker in the Toronto Blue Jays. Come on, go foul, go foul. Go in the stance. Go in the stance. Please go in the stance. Thank you. Not at the moment. I think I'm doing okay. I really would like to. I mean, you can redeem it tomorrow. If you want to do another co-op game, you can redeem it tomorrow because there's no point in me doing Weekend Classic if I get 3 games done today. Because at that point, my run is over and it's merely just getting a show pack out of it for every win that I get. So, okay. That's going to have to wait because the multiplayer program takes my priority right now. Strike 3, sit down. That's more time sensitive. Just like the event program to get Trevor Hoffman was time sensitive, this one is time sensitive too. Strike 3, sit down. Well, I'm sorry, but there are cards to be had. Cards that I missed out on because I was sick. I was in the hospital. What do you want me to do? The offline programs are always going to be there. And it's not like this week I didn't, or this past week I didn't get a chance. I did do some offline programs. Strike 3, sit down. All right. Yep, Albert Pujols 3 for 4 with a home run. Troy Tulowitzki with a double. Yeah, I think Gamer's just messing with me. But maybe some people have come to expect me to get. Oh, look at that! I got Juan Soto. How about that? There you go. That's one of the programs right there. There you go. Offline program right there. So you're welcome. Nice. I also got into wild card too. One more win and I can get a draft pack, which would be nice because that would help. See? Juan Soto. All earned. There's really only 3 offline programs, as well as Alan Trammell's Cornerstone program, which I could literally do the moments for that I need to do. So there's really only 3 left. But I can't believe I've made no progress in this program whatsoever. That really boggles my mind. Ooh, a vintage pack. I don't know if I have all of these guys, but maybe not Chase Utley. Let's see. Enrique? Yeah. He's not really worth much. So, oh well, that's free stubs right there for me. Corbin Carroll, who I already have. I mean, he's worth a little bit. 5802. All right, guys, I'm going to take my break now. And then when I come back, we'll do more of the program Let's see. Do the draft conquest map and the program is done. Okay, so I can set aside a day for that. I need 25 more strikeouts for that. Ugh. This is why I really need tomorrow. Or I need to make as much progress as I can today. But I will be right back. Give me 5 minutes and we'll pick up where I left off. So I will see you back in 5 minutes. All right, we're back. You say we hop right into the next game, or should I just add Juan Soto to? Because a lot of people have used him against me, and he's been acting like I take he takes BP off of me. I mean, Moniak, how did you do in that last game? Hold on, did I check it last time? Nope, not that. Uh, no, not exchanges. Oh, that's right. This is how. Let's see. Moniak went 0 for 3 with a walk and 2 strikeouts, so he didn't really do too good. But I mean that whole two through 5 accounted for 7 out of the 8 hits, with Pujols, marking or accounting for 3 of them. So I think I'll give Moniak a little bit more time. Oh, excuse me. It's going to get tougher from here. I mean, Felix's health is full stamina, so I'm gonna go with him. You know, and I'll save Verlander for probably the next game. The Mets need a superstar. What is Juan Soto? Another one? I mean, they need power. They need an ace. That's what they also need. They need a first baseman because as much as I like Jared Young and I'd like to see him really develop, I I don't think he's going to be the I don't think he's going to be the franchise first baseman. I think he's more of just a bridge guy until we get to the next first baseman, whoever that may be. There's a lot of needs that the Mets have, and I don't think they're going to be addressed in this trade deadline. So it's a shame, but that's what happens. Plus, you're going to have to figure out what you're going to do for third base if Bo Bichette opts out. That's the other thing. What is your solution for third? Strike 3, sit out. Luis Garcia, nothing finalized. Um, what would that make him? Like their first baseman? No, because that's Ben Rice. Second base, I think, is Jazz Chisholm Jr. Oh, is Jazz their third baseman? I really don't pay attention to the Yankees, so you're gonna have to forgive me if I don't know it off the top of my head. You hit a 513 home run, nice. Virtually speaking, or you just gave everyone virtually in the in MLB The Show 26 a free Baja Blast because of the whole hit a home run over 420 feet, free Baja Blast bottle. That whole promotion that's been going on for the entire year. I thought they were tired of Volpe. I thought they were giving up on him. Too much. Too much. Squared it up, good timing, but somehow that just results in a line out to right field. I figured it would be. Yeah, that's why I thought they gave up on him. Because he's not working out for them. In fact, there's so much talk about their shortstop prospect, George Lombard Jr. Everyone's talking about him. Volpe is just kind of getting, I feel like, kicked to the curb. Strike three, sit down. He does. He does. I absolutely agree. He is not working out for the Mets. I mean, he's not even a DH at this point. So I don't see what the value in him is. If someone could tell me, I'd like to hear, but right now there's no value. But unfortunately, with no value, there's not much you could do. First base, that's what I thought, but that means they're going to have to figure out what to do um, with Ben Rice. Really? I did not know that. Yeah, but you don't want to move him. You don't want to move him to catcher full time. Since the All-Star break? Oof. Okay, so a bit of a rough patch. I mean, he can hit his way out of it. Ah, once again, early on it. Oh, you're talking about. Oh, you're talking about Polanco. I thought you were talking about Ben Rice. There we go. Mickey Moniak with the home run. See, I talk about potentially benching someone like him, or potentially benching him, and he comes up in his first plate appearance and hits a home run. Like, yeah, you want to bench that? Ah, I missed it, but at least we got the home run from Moniak. I mean, I don't think the Mets are going to release him because I feel like they're going to owe him a lot of money, and you don't want to release him like that unless you're completely fed up and decide it's not worth it. But I don't think it's worth it to, and I don't think he has any trade value at this point unless you want to take on another heavy contract for a guy who might be down in the minors. So with Polanco, I think you just have to eat the contract, kind of like what they're doing with Manaea. They're just going to eat his contract, and if he has a somewhat decent year, a bounce back year next year, hey, maybe you can trade him for something. Let another team take on his or give him a shot. You know, it's just a thought, but and I'm sure at this point that's what the Mets are doing with Kodai Senga too. They're just like, okay, we got to eat the contract because this is clearly a bad contract. Andy Paez really hasn't been good for me, albeit he hasn't gotten many at bats. Should have let that one go. Oh, man. All right. Strike 3, sit down. Yeah, I had to take the out at second. There was just no chance at first. Man. I wonder how my Mets are doing against the Marlins. Probably pretty crappy. One nothing Marlins. 2-0, I see. Bottom of the ninth, too. So this game will likely be over very soon. 3 out of 4. The Marlins come into New York and take 3 out of 4. Just shows you what a difference in a few years makes. Marlins coming in, taking 3 out of 4 against the Mets would have been unheard of unless it was end of the season. Now, it's pretty much expected. He can't opt out, so the only way he's leaving is if he's being traded. And I mean, the Mets may do that. They may go to the offseason and try to work out a trade. But the thing is, they need someone to play shortstop in place of Lindor. And right now, I can't tell you who that would be. You traded away Jet Williams for Freddie Peralta, who you just traded away. So I really don't think, as bad as he is, I don't think you're not going to do much better with anyone in the organization right now unless you can get something like a top shortstop prospect out of one of the teams. That's why I don't think the Mets will trade him. For as bad as he is, there's no better options. Strike 3, sit down. Unless you're hoping that Bichette doesn't opt out, but you have to really hope that. Because at this point, I if I were Bo, I'd probably opt out.
Timeout. That ball hit him.
So unless some team is going to offer up someone like George Lombard Jr. or DePaula or even Leo DeVray, I don't think, or even C.J. Abrams, but I don't think that's going to happen. Too much in the hole. You know, the whole, I mean, I like the idea that the expanded playoffs has meant that or teams that are like 8 games back of the division could still have a shot at making the playoffs. I like that whole idea, but even 17 games back and you're losing 3 out of 4 to Miami, I don't think you're making the playoffs, especially when you're making trades like sending away Freddie Peralta. I mean, you gave up one of your top prospects in Jet Williams, not to mention a pitcher in Brandon Sproat, who you had a lot of hope in, and you basically just gave it away for a half-season rental. Not to mention, I think they gave up Elias Pena to the Cardinals for Ryan Helsley, and that didn't work out. So now they just lost that shortstop prospect. So, I mean, maybe Mauricio. Well, that's what I'm saying. David Stern should not be the GM for the Mets. He needs to focus on just being a president of baseball operations. But he likes to think, or at least the sentiment among Mets fans, is that he likes to think he's smarter than everyone and try to show it off. And if that's the case, well then he's a jerk, because he literally he caught lightning in a bottle with 2024. Let's remember that in 2024, they had one of the worst records in the MLB up until they called up Jose Iglesias. And Mark Vientos also bailed them out too. And Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso, if he doesn't hit that home run against the Brewers, all they're remembered for is a wild card exit. No different than 2022. Strike 3, sit down. So I just want that to be remembered, that Stearns had his butt saved in 2024, because there's no way the Mets should have been competitive up until they called up Iglesias and Vientos and all that, and they started to actually click. Strike 3, sit down. So the point that I'm trying to make here is that Stearns has proven not to be a smart GM. And that's fine, because president of baseball operations is a much different job than a GM is. Okay? It's a much different job. But that's why you need to hire one, not assume the responsibilities. Because if you assume the responsibilities, you get overwhelmed, you can't do your job, you start to make bad decisions, you know. But no, Stearns, I guess, felt like he had to prove himself. Well, only thing he's proven is that he's a bad GM, and he needs to hire one. And then that guy needs to hire a manager, someone who's going to click with the Mets roster. If that doesn't happen, then it's screwed, or you're screwed. Beltran, I mean, he's out there, and he knows the players, he knows the organization. Would make sense for him to be, for him to be manager. But we'll see. I mean, Alex Cora is out there.
Nope. Ball 1.
And he did win a World Series. Alex Cora won the 2018 World Series with the Red Sox. So why not? Oh, that was strike 3? Oh, my bad. Eey. Aaron Judge has really gone down. Of course, just as I say that, what does he do? He goes and hits a triple, an RBI triple. And Pujols, my MVP, with an RBI base hit. Thank you very much. Oh, right down the middle, but I was too early on it. Oh, that was the pitch right there. I'm not going to get much better than that. That sweeper was hanging, but I was way underneath it. Bunting with Corey Seager? What? I mean, I get it if you were trying to get the shift, but I mean, you have a 1 in 3 shot of hitting it against the shift. Not really good odds. Ah, the man that kept us in the game, Mr. Mickey Moniak. Ah, I got fooled.
Ball.
Nope, foul ball.
That ball foul.
Great contact. Just straighten it out a bit. Oh, warning track power in front of the wall. Dang. But Adley Rushman is going to make up for it by hitting a perfect home run. And Andy Pajes with a base hit. Let's go. Ah, oh well. Nice solid inning in this one. 1-0 in the Classic? Good. And the Mets lost 2-0. Of course, Sandy Alcantara was pitching. Mets never do well against him. Oh, I forgot to say GG's to my opponent after the last game, so now I'm a jerk. For not being respectful to my opponent. For you? Nice. I'm glad you can make. I'm glad that you can make McLean work for you. No, that's not being. Dodgers fans aren't jerks. The Dodgers front office, maybe they're jerks, but Dodgers fans, no. I might be pushing it right now with Felix. I just want him to get one more out. Exactly. Like you guys are just enjoying what's an exciting time for Dodgers, right? For your team right now. You know, you're basically going on a run that Yankee fans have enjoyed for a long time. Strike three, sit down. You know, it's up to the other teams, or it's up to other teams if they want to be competitive. If they don't want to be competitive, hey, keep getting keep getting top draft picks, having them develop, get fans all excited about it, and then trade them because in reality, you can't afford to keep them. You shouldn't. Don't listen to haters. All right? Awesome. Guess what, guys? It's time for Trevor Hoffman to make his debut. About time. I was wondering if he was ever going to make his debut.
No, that's foul.
Gotta eat it.
He's in there.
Who's that? Tudor.
No, he's safe.
Oh, Miller. Oh. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, fuck. That's a balk. That's a balk. So, what? Wow. Doesn't end up on first. Or doesn't end up on second. I am really shocked. On Tuesday at Wrigley Field. Okay. Strike three, sit down. Attaboy, Hoffman. Stared down Mike Trout and didn't blink. Bringing in Juan Soto. Got him. All right. I think that's my fourth win in Weekend Classic. Yeah, because now I get the MLB draft pack. So I only have one more after this. And then everything else is just. Everything after that is show pack. But can I get the rewind pack? That's the thing. Still no progress. Trying my best here. Yeah, that might help me get 16 more strikeouts. 20,000. Like I said, that'll get me up to the 5 show packs. So I'll get Shea Langolier. Yeah, I probably got the base round here. Okay. I guess it really doesn't matter, so give me this guy. Sawyer Stroh I guess is how you say his name. Name Contreras. Quick sold. Quick sold. Quick sell. Quick sell. 35. Um, I'm a little worried here. Oh, I see what you're saying. All right. I think we'll do the final game that I have here, and hopefully I can get the weekend. Hopefully I can get the rewind pack. If not, well, I'm screwed. Well, not screwed, but I would consider this a very successful weekend classic run. I mean, I'm even shocked that I managed to get more than one or two wins in this. All right, I guess I don't have a choice. I mean, I could throw Schlittler in there, but he won't be able to go much. But he won't be able to go far. Probably would have to take him out at some point. All right. I didn't see my opponent's lineup, so ooh, Superfractor Pete Crow Armstrong. Oh boy. Ooh, man. I thought for sure that was going to be strike.
Inside ball 3.
Ball 4.
Take your base.
That's not what I wanted to happen.
That ball got
For that very reason. Now I've got two really fast runners on who just pulled off a double steal on me.
ball. Down.
Strike 3, sit down. Just safety out at first. That's all we can do. We could always try to get one more run.
That's a ball.
Strike 3, sit down. Getting those strikeouts, that's going to be huge. If I'm going to make progress oh God, in the multiplayer program, but my opponent's going to throw Mizorowski against me.
Nope.
Well, to be fair, I did this, so I think I deserve it too. Slider right down the middle, and I missed it.
Ball 1. Ball. That pitch is out.
Oh, nice. So, what are you going to do? Are you going to do the wheel thing? Is that all you can do? Or are you going to try some of the BR missions?
Off the plate, ball 1.
Yes! All right, we're going to take the lead here. Probably BR? Okay. All right. Just make sure that stub count is built up. All right, look at that. We took the lead. Nice. I mean, I would have liked to have gotten a third run in, but whatever. Did not mean for the slider to go there, but that's just where it ended up.
Inside, ball one. Inside, ball one. Oh, that's who cares. Ball.
99 Jordan Walker. Not sure I want to go up against that. Ball four. All right, might not be the worst thing in the world to walk Drake Baldwin. But my opponent is definitely making me work with Schlittler. This will definitely not be easy. But you know what? If it's for the for the fifth win, shouldn't be.
No.
Come on. Strike three, sit down. Whew. Like I said, made me work on that one, and it's only the second inning. I was too far in front of that. I saw it. I was too eager, McBeaver. Okay. 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 Ah. Once again, too far out front.
Ball. That's ball two. Nope. That's inside. Ball four.
Okay. Athlete will take a walk.
Ball, that's outside.
And he's going to ground into a double play. Pages is. Okay. All right.
That ball's foul. Nope, that's off the plate. Ball two.
Pretty fast. I think Helsley made his debut for the Mets last year, like a day or two after he got traded. So, strike three, sit down, just nip the corner. You know what? I've had that happen to me so many times. It actually feels good to have it happen in my favor for once. Strike three, sit down.
Ball inside.
Oh, no. All right. Well, tie game. Maybe. Plus, it was Juan Soto. Remember what I said earlier in the stream about him hitting off of me like I'm BP to him? Case in point. I mean, it was a fastball, but I thought it was he would. Well, uh, any pitch that Juan Soto can hit is maybe gone. I gotta be mindful of that. I fouled that off. How? How did I foul that off? The PCI wasn't even on it.
Ball, that's upstairs. Nope, outside. Ball, that's out. Ball, that's upstairs. Three.
Oh, I tried to hold up. Mizorowski's tough. That's why I like having him in my rotation.
Nope. Outside. That's ball two.
Strike three. Sit down. Strike three. Sit down. There we go. I'm halfway towards 100 strikeouts, at least in the total that I need. I need 16 strikeouts, and I've got 8 in this game. I'm sorry, DeBringa. I think no, I think me and my opponent are having a pretty good game right now. I guess that's fair. Pujols. Just in front of the wall. Dang. Didn't get enough exit velocity on it. It was a cutter right down the middle.
Ball. That's inside. Ball. That's inside. Nope. Ball one.
He hit pitches that were in the dirt for home runs. I mean, I've had pitches that I threw in the dirt get hit, and usually they're like singles or whatever.
Ball one.
How could he not hit? Oh, you're saying, well, I've had that happen where I've hit home runs. I mean, you've seen me. I chase a lot. But sometimes I'll get lucky and actually square up the ball. Strike three, sit down. All right, well, I get your frustration with Weekend Classic, and unless unless the doctors tell me I can't go to work, this might be the only Weekend Classic that I participate in myself. Because I'm not going to have time. If I'm gonna go back to work,
Ball.
not gonna have time. Ooh, man.
Ball. That pitch is out. No, he beat it. He beat it.
Come on. You're gonna beat me with Corey Seager. Well, Corey Seager is super fractured, so. Dang it. I was hoping to get through this inning without giving up a run, but Pete Crow Armstrong's speed was too much. And I didn't want to walk Seager. Maybe I should have. You know what? Maybe I should have. And then that way I would have gotten PCA in a rundown, and
Ball. In.
and then I could have gotten the third out. I should have been more aware of that. Dang it. Of course I think of that now, after the fact. But that's hindsight. It's all right, Debringa. I get your frustration. It would have nipped the corner, so. All right. Yeah, I'll agree that this game is definitely not the. It's definitely not on my top MLB The Show games list. Definitely not up there. There we go. Andy Paz with a base hit. Oh. Dang it. But I gotta take Schlittler out. Um I gosh. I mean, last year had its problems. This year has definitely had its problems. Ooh, excuse me. Strike three, sit down. You don't like the menu? Menu is definitely weird. I'll give you that. Kind of like the old format better.
Ball inside. Ball, that's just out.
Gameplay wise, early on, it just seemed like everyone had noodle bats. Strike three, sit down. So I was definitely not happy with that. I mean, I get it. You know, you're starting out with not so great cards, but that doesn't mean your things should be um, nerfed. I mean, especially if you're playing on rookie against the Colorado Rockies at Coors Field. All right, see you, DeBringa.
Ball one.
Not to mention they took out the stadiums being able to transfer over. I get why they did that, but at the same time, it's kind of frustrating because I like the old Costco stadium. No! Why did I do that? Oh, crud.
Nope. That's inside. That's outside. Ball. Aye.
There we go. Strike three, sit down.